time until we sell enough to host a full tournament with it. But for those who are maybe unaware of what we're celebrating, $10 from every slipper sale goes towards base trade TV and tournament funding. So potentially we could throw down something like this again in the future. Obviously $5,000 is a lot of money, and we're not made of money, sadly. We don't have some big corporate sponsor behind us. This tournament was put on by us for you guys. It's as simple as that, and I'm just glad you guys are here to enjoy it with us. So if we want to see more in the future, consider supporting the channel some way, somehow. But just watching is good enough for us. We're really glad to get the viewership for this that we did. As said before, like, I think if this was a major organization, this viewership not so good for a mainstream. But for us, this is record-breaking and fan-freaking-tastic. Regardless, though, let's focus on the game at hand. I'm Rifkin, joined by combination Namshar and Zombie Grub. I gotta turn game sounds on. That'll help. As we get into this final best of 3. This is the deciding match to see who joins Hyun in the round of 8. Spawning here in the top right corner of the map, from CM Storm, it's going to be the blue Zerg player Revival.
Spawning in the bottom left, we've got our red Protoss player playing for Samsung Galaxy. It is Stork.
Stork. It's like you're unsure.
I love your accent.
No. Got a bit weird there, but yeah, that's his name. Good old Stork. Love watching him play. So he has an entertaining playstyle. Like, very aggressive, it feels like.
Just so odd, since he was like one of the ones that came in, he seemed to have, be dragging his feet on the, well, I guess Bisu was actually worse at that, but out of the top 4, the Brood War, heroes that everyone thinks of, he was the one that seemed to do the worst for the longest. I mean, oh my god, so many losing streaks, but then he just turned it around, especially in this last season in Pro League. And now he's definitely found his pacing, his style, his goodness in StarCraft 2.
Yeah. And Revival just goes blindly super greedy right now. This is something I like to do every now and then when I'm versus a Protoss that likes to go Nexus first. Just go triple hatch before pool with gasless, and if you get away with it, it's insanely economic. And is Stork gonna react with a Forge here?
I think this is taking a out. I mean, this is just him trying to.
Yeah, no Forge on the way, so.
Yeah, he didn't see the fast one over there. Overlord's gonna see there's no Forge at the front. You typically, unless you're like Nomi, you don't put the Forge in the main anyways. So. Gotcha,
Revival.
That was a nice move. I like that.
Psych! I was just transferring my joints anyways. So the timing on that works out pretty decently. Guys, I've relayed your message to MMA. Chat, I know, is kind of feeling the same way I am. Hopefully he's not feeling too down. Oh, Biased Cat, thanks for that sub. Just while we're getting into the game, but yeah, MMA guys, maybe send him your tweets. I don't know. Tell him that you're really happy you played in the tournament. Might cheer him up. But he seems like he's really stressed out right now, and hopefully he'll get over it. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Suck it up. Walk it off. Walk it off. Take a stim pack. Walk it off.
Someone get him a stim pack ASAP. Oh, that's like the best. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get like a whole like product design. And it's just gonna be like gum or something, right? Or Red Bull. I don't know.
You know what though? The first person you give a stim pack to is gonna be like a Fallout fan and be like, "This looks nothing like a stim pack."
Oh, and I'd be like, "Well, no one cares about your opinion. Why am I giving a stim pack to a guy who doesn't know what StarCraft is?"
Yeah. Okay, so Stork opening with a Stargate here. This is nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. We're seeing this a lot versus Zerg, especially more recently. Once upon a time, it was all in, all in, all in. Gateways, all in, all in. Robo Facility, all in, all in. Immortal Sentries. I really like the Stargate openers because it does and can lead itself towards like that really nice macro game. And I'm not gonna lie, whether it's Vipers, Colossus, High Templar, you name it, I love watching late game ZVP. Oh, but it's gonna be an Oracle.
Yeah, and I kind of like this still though, because Stork, he's chrono whizzing the Oracle now. He's just chrono whizzed the Stalker as well, so he's gonna go Stalker, Sellout. Is there a Mothership Core? No, not yet, so you might want to make that soon, or maybe not at all, but yeah, he's gonna put on pressure. And what I like about this is that this is, triple hatch before pool, gasless, so no speed anytime soon, so it's gonna be very annoying for Revival to deal with this, in a good way. So if he's not gonna move out with that Stalker, fine. Guess. Does he have the scouting information? Yeah, he's scouted no gases, so a bit surprised about that, but I guess he just wants to deny Overlord scouting. I thought he would put on more pressure, but Spores went down really early though, so Spores are already finished in every base, so Revival shouldn't take any significant damage at least. This is one drone.
I mean, it's just an Oracle. If this is Phoenix's, it's a different case altogether, of course. But
Yeah.
Blink follow-up. This is another thing we're starting to see come out of Protoss players. I'm talking about like what a lot of Zerg players do in this matchup. We see Hydras, different Gateway LNs, you name it, mute attack swaps. But Blink Stalkers seem to be like just so popular lately. We don't really see those Colossus pushes as much as we used to. Obviously, you want them for the late game if you can, but Blink Stalkers, level 3 weapon upgrades. North America, Korea, Europe. This is one strategy that is kind of in common amongst all regions right now.
And now all of a sudden keeping that Stalker back at home as well makes so much more sense that he didn't move out of that sooner, because he's going, for Blink all in. Look at all those gateways going down. Like, he's got 3 gases only, he's cutting probes, he's not going to take a third at all. He's just going to all in here with this, Blink build, and he just denied the Overlord scouting, so Revival doesn't really know. Let's see what Revival is doing. He's making a lot of links though, so
Yeah, I mean,
what has he seen?
He's really not seen much more than the Stargate. He definitely doesn't know what Council or these additional 4 gates. Sorry guys, keep letting off the button here with the finger, but yeah, Stalker's moving forward. I mean, okay, it's actually gonna be Envision. I was gonna say possibly Revelations, some extra damage from the Oracle, but goes for the Envision, picks up Creep Tumor.
Revival is reacting surprisingly well to this, with a lot of roaches and links on the way with roach speed and +1. +1 maybe not that necessary, it's gonna be nice later, but he just has to hold. But that's a lot of Stalkers though, so he probably wanted to make units a bit earlier than this, so this could still be really hard for Revival to hold off. Just gonna pull the drones for this, I like that. Very important.
Well, Blink is done. I mean, it's on cooldown sadly, but you start microing some of them. There's so many roaches here. Here come the Zealots though, this is where it's gonna really help. The Oracle adding a little bit of damage, but as it runs out of juice, its usefulness also kind of runs out. Third base for Revival under a lot of trouble, and 15 workers dead. I mean, this is a rough spot to be in.
Yeah, he's gonna sack that third, but and which is really important because he's got roach speed and +1 on the way. If he can fight with that, he's gonna engage a little bit now, but he can just wait for those upgrades. It's gonna be so much easier for him to trade, but yeah, I would like to see him pull back here.
It's always scary watching players use those aggressive blinks because you never know if it's gonna turn around on you.
Yeah, exactly.
But tearing down that third's a big deal, guys. Zerg players really heavily rely on it. It's not just for economy, but for Larva's sake, Injects are very important, very critical to the matchup. Yes, it's going to work off too, but eventually going to start floating those minerals again.
And one link onto the main of Stork somehow and killed 1 probe. And most importantly, saw that there is no tech follow-up. He knows now that Stork is committing fully to this. Stork is not trying to transition, and it's not making probes, so...
I like Burrow, but I kind of...
Yeah.
Burrow in this situation, though, I don't know if it's going to really work out, because this is what you do to really stop sentries. This is just raw damage.
But it's really good versus Blink in the way that you can just burrow aggressively, far out.
There's going to be Envision, right? Like from the Oracle? Oh, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore, but that's true, but I like seeing it still, but it's not really going to come into effect here because the roaches are engaging, and that's a lot of roaches. They have +1, remember, so very important. Also roach speed finish, so making it a lot easier for him. Wow, looks like he's just barely going to be able to defend this up.
Yeah, I mean, the Stalker's starting to run out of that Link support. Stork is actually going to be beat back. I love this random Spore Call actually driving back the Mothership Core too.
Yeah.
But both players kind of starving as far as units go. They're both getting so low, and it's a hard trade to keep up. But Stork, I think he's going to lose out to these Lings. Those Zealot weapons are really nice, but they need to be fighting the Lings, not the Roaches.
Yeah, the roach count is dwindling, but 10 more roaches about to pop now, and Burrow just finished, and there's no revelation, so looks like Royal's gonna be able to hold, and he does have that tech advantage with that +1 and roach speed finish, and Burrow too. So
Revelation, in fairness, doesn't reveal the Burrow though, so I mean, whether you get that or not, I don't think it'd be you.
Envision. Sorry.
Envision.
Okay,
I'm at Envision. My bad.
Did not get that. Stork does realize that this has failed, and he didn't lose his entire army immediately. He can still kind of appear like he's terrifying on the outer skirts, but he can run away.
Is he gonna wrap around or just go for the counter? I think he's going for the counterattack. I actually really like this move. I don't think the
I guess so.
Okay, the probe actually barely saw it, so he starts pulling back with this.
Yeah.
This gives Revival a little bit of breathing room. That's exactly what he needs to get that third base back up.
Yeah, so Stork is starting to transition. He's resuming pro production just now, and he did make that forge, so... Well, those roaches are... Okay, they're gonna burrow.
That
Where's that
Oracle should have
Oracle?
Envision now. Where is it?
He was just darting around in the main and natural, I think.
Oh.
That was dead.
Oh wow, so that sucks.
It must have ran into the spore or something.
Yeah, that random spore was so awesome in that battle. Actually, I didn't kill it, never mind. Maybe it was a queen. But I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
it drove the mothership core back. I don't even know when he repositioned it or if it was there the whole time. It just, so I just noticed in the middle of the battle, like, oh, there's a spore crawler here. Fantastic. Yeah, with no actual detection, this could be a bit of a nuisance. They will kill off the Overlord. Maybe goes back to burrow a Roach, sneak that in, deny a third for quite a bit longer.
Sure, why not? He did go for a Hydra then now, so it looks like that's gonna be his follow-up. And Stork did make one Oracle just because of those burrow Roaches, but the Roaches did get away in time. But Hydras and +2 on the way for Revival. So Revival is taking on nicely, but yeah, does want to drone up that third as soon as he can. It's gonna be important for him.
Got a message. You guys are awesome for putting this whole thing on. Congratulations on the huge success. $10 donation from Tony GXP. Thank you, man. From all of us to you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. This is, again, it was a nerve-wracking thing to wrap together, but still not over yet. We still have day 2 to go through. We see someone in chat asking, wait, finals are not a best of 5? Question mark? No, not for the group stages. Group stages are all best of 3 whole way through, but the finals for the overall tournament is actually a best of 7. Semifinals are best of 5.
Nice.
Stork might catch a couple of drones here. The Hydra's got to be careful. Even the Hydra's mount to the Oracle will do that bonus versus light, but he's going to get that out of there. Yo, so we had a bit of a misspeak or miscommunication between you and I about the Revelation earlier, but Revelation will be really good coming into this late game. Tagging an army
for sure.
and being able to just run away and do it again and again and again. I mean, it's the biggest deal.
Oh, nice.
Vision. Yeah, cool, okay.
Good job there.
Oh,
No need
blink.
for a double Hydra Den. Only one.
Yeah, exactly. So he has been droning up a little bit now. I would almost like to see him take a 4th, because his main is getting mined out, and he did transfer a lot of drones from his main to his 3rd, which is cool, but you know, he's going to be a little bit oversaturated now for a while, so would like to see him get that. I guess he doesn't quite know if there is a 3rd or not for Stork, so he's just sitting on 5 gases right now, just massing units. And if there is no attack, I guess he's just going to go aggressive, Revival that is, with Hydra,
Yeah.
you know, speed on the way, muscular augments.
So, something I'm a little bit worried about is, you know, he's going Roach Hydra, and this is a fantastic composition, but it has to be complemented by either Fungal Growth or Blinding Clouds. Like, stand alone like this, massive Blink Stalkers are going to win out.
Yeah, and especially, you know, if Revival does go aggressive, it's going to be even worse for him, because, you know, Stork can just get that high ground advantage. It looks like Stork is going to start to move out now, because he hasn't really been teching. Like, he's got the Robo down and the Forge. He's getting, like, +2 Chrono Booster, and he's getting an Observer, but he's kind of staying on pure Stalker Sellout Sentry, so kind of interesting to see. Looks like he's just going to be trying to be really active with his army, try and get that 4th down, stuff like that, try and trade well.
Can't, doesn't, and won't want to let this base get around for too much longer either, because of course this gold base, we have always seen how this accelerates the player's economy. So Blaze 4 really aggressively catches some of the roaches. There's force fields to
nice.
zone out this ramp too, so he can take this base down. Rival needs to cancel it.
Yeah, now all of a sudden it's 3 base versus 3 base, and Stork's army looks really scary. Like, Roach Hydra is pretty good, but when the Protoss has this high army supply, force fields is just going to be so effective. Even hallucinating a Colossi here. Doesn't want to fight in a bad concave. Ooh.
Bit of an awkward time warp.
Yeah, a little bit. But this is a good position though, if you can get into here. Oh my god, he's going to be able to force field those units off. Or just pull back. Okay. Wow.
Oh. Force fields are okay. I'm glad they're nerfing time warp duration, because that other one's still being up at this point. Just saying. It's kinda ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this is such a brute force composition out of both players. The difference is Stork's got the potential to micro, whereas Hydras and Roaches are kind of like, okay, do I get past the force fields or not? Maybe he throws out a burrow or two, and I mean, there's no observer here on the front line, I don't believe. There's one observer, it's over here in the middle of nowhere. So this is starting to get pushed back a little bit.
It's probably gonna get pushed back completely. No, fairly not.
Hydra DPS is really good. Yeah, Hydra DPS is really good, but those warp and those stalkers might just be enough, especially if he keeps blinking back like this.
I don't think Stork is trading out efficiently enough, and he's not taking up behind this either. I would have.
Revival with the sickest hold after losing a 3rd base early on.
I don't like that Stork did this all in, really. I mean, I would have preferred that he waited for, like, you know, if those are 2 real Colossus, then that's actually a win for sure. And not enough force fields as well. If you're gonna do a Blink Stalker all in off of 3 bases, I mean, he had like 4 sentries maybe. I think the force fields should have been a lot bigger.
yeah, if there, yeah, exactly. If there was one way for Revival to get into a good position in this game, it's if Stork did what he just did. Like, he just had a fight that just went kind of in Revival's way there, because Stork just lost all of his, like, expensive units, like the sentries, for instance. And yeah, there's no backup plan. Like you said, there's no tech behind this. He's kind of losing out an Immortal now, but he's still not making a Robo Bay even, so. But yeah, like, Stork was on 3 base versus 3 base, so if he just chills out, snipes the 4th, falls back on a Robo Bay, yeah, I agree, that would be great. But now all of a sudden, Revival is looking pretty good. His economy isn't that good though. Like, even his natural is getting mined out now, so he's almost down to like 1 base mining right now. But the goal is finishing, so that's very important for him.
Yeah.
But Stork is not done and out though. He's okay still. But
There's an opportunity for Revival to throw in turn, right? Like, if he walks
Yeah.
up a ramp accidentally and the force filter's still there, then obviously that happens. And Stork, actually, I'm pretty sure he knows that he's a little bit behind after that. I mean, that was a big engage, like a big all-in. He invested a lot into it. That didn't really do what he wanted. Didn't even kill a base. So Dark Shrine behind makes sense. And, Revival might be thinking this has been such a low economy game that DTs might not be on the menu, but the force fields were not there.
I don't know if you realize he sniped the Observer, but Bro comes back into the equation, not utilizing it though so far. I mean, we might not need to, but still, always an option.
GG. Oh, surprising.
weird,
I don't think Stork. I don't think Stark realized that they were coming up that ramp. Otherwise, force fields would have definitely bought him even more time.
Yeah. Before I forget about this, guys, Kingslayer1602, $10 donation saying thanks for taking your time to produce great StarCraft 2 content. Love your shows. And X Kawaiian with a $5 donation saying heart you guys. Sorry, I had those like on the back, and I was like, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
But there was so much going on at the end of the game, we couldn't really interrupt it, as that got kind of crazy back and forth. But thank you guys for your donations. They are very much appreciated, and
yeah, sick stuff.
Sick stuff indeed.